this is Lupe from Bruno Planning Co. Today I want to share how I'm going to be using all of my planners from my Erin Condren to my Hobonichi. If you are new to my channel, I upload a video at least once a week on all things planning. I also just opened up my sticker shop, so feel free to subscribe to my channel for more. So let's start with the work planners. I have the EC teacher planner that I converted to discs. This is actually the binder pages and I just punched them for discs. This is strictly for teaching, so no personal things, because sometimes I share my pages with my colleagues or with my evaluators, so I really don't want to have them mixed into one planner. I will do a more in-depth setup once we know something about the year, but for now, let me quickly tell you how I use some of the main parts. So I use the monthly view for pacing. I write down the topic of the lesson and any activities that I might want to use that day. I do it all in pencil because things will definitely change. So let me show you an example of last year. Okay, so excuse my handwriting here because it's before I was starting to practice it. So it looks a little crazy because that's kind of how the planning process works. And again, I do it in pencil because definitely things have changed and I try to move things around. I also sometimes use it as a checklist for to do. That's gonna change a little bit. So I'm gonna keep it really just what we're doing that day, what I plan to do that day or that week. And seeing how things should progress throughout the month is really important for me to keep track of and for lesson planning. So I really love this layout for that. Speaking of lesson planning, let me show you the lesson pages as well, which I use for the finalized lessons. So let me show you an example of that as well. I think I mentioned before that I changed my weekly layouts to vertical instead of horizontal. So here you can see that the days go horizontal, and then I've just taken a stamp and stamped the days of the week on the top, and I do this for every week. It really works for me because I only teach one prep or one course, kind of, and we'll talk about that next in a different planner. But this layout really works for me, and I've been doing this for about 3 years. I love it this way because my brain just works vertically for whatever reason. So this is where I have my specific lesson details and I get specific. I am not a wing it type of person. I'm definitely flexible and accommodating, but I do need to have a plan. So I plan in detail every single day, even down to the minute of my activities. And I've been teaching for a few years and it gets a lot easier to write it all down and to know how long things take, but I still need to write it down. It just helps my brain work. And I will go through my process a little bit more once I get to set up my new teacher planner. But I did want to show you that I do keep these dates over here. I don't cover them. I know a lot of people do, but I like to keep it as kind of like a dashboard. So I have my MLOs, which are mastery learning objectives, and I know what I'm doing for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So it's just kind of like a little dashboard. I used to put a little washi here, but then I kind of stopped because it was maybe taking too long. I don't know. So I can put some of the holidays and then some of my meetings, and then I can just quickly take a quick look of the week just right here. So it's like a little dashboard, like I said. So the last part that I'll mention is the notes pages, which I use regularly as well. They're right before the calendar. So you get, I believe, 2 for each month in the front and then 2 more in the back after the month's over. And I use those for drafting my lessons before I write the final version in the lesson pages. So I look at my pacing guide, which is in the calendar, draft my lesson, and then write the final version in the lesson pages. And I look at the lesson pages in the morning before classes or during if I happen to forget what comes next, which doesn't happen, but sometimes I have to look back and see what timing I was trying to go for, seeing how long I wanted a certain lesson to go or a certain activity. And I will be adding more notes pages because usually it hasn't been enough, these 2 pages for my drafting of lessons. So I did get this EC notebook and I'm just going to take the dot pages, most likely, since they are perforated, just kind of rip them out and punch them in to add a little bit more here. I think that's going to help me a lot this year. Okay, so that's the teacher planner. Now I'm also thinking about using this Petite monthly because besides my main course that I teach, I am the math lab teacher. So I have a few periods where I help students with their math to develop their skills and help them be successful in their regular math course. So I'm thinking that I want to use this to plan topics we can cover as a class, groupings of students, There's some dot pages as well in the back, and maybe write down the students I want to focus on that day, or simply make sure to check on them. So there's so many possibilities, and with each period of students comes different needs. So this will definitely be filled out once I meet my students and get to know them a little bit. But I think this is a really good space to kind of separate that from my teacher planner with my kind of content lessons, and then just do my math lab here. We'll see how that works. I might need maybe something bigger, but this is actually a really nice size. It's not as small as kind of Petite makes it sound. And again, the dot pages, I mean, there's a ton of them, so I can do so much here in terms of charts and data and things like that. So I definitely will try that this year and let you guys know how that works out for me. And lastly, for work, I will be using the vertical LifePlanner. I haven't punched it for the disc yet, so I just kind of have it loose like this. But it will be mostly for meetings and to-dos. So I did get the layers colorful. So let me go to one of the weekly. There we are. So again, this was going to be open on my desk while I'm prepping. So I'll have my to-dos, any meetings and that kind of stuff. I haven't decided exactly how I want to separate it, but I know that this is going to work a lot better. Last year I was using an EC dashboard, the ones that are wet erase, and they are kind of annoying to clean every day. So I think this is going to work a little bit better for me. And I will be creating stickers for this layout for teachers and for the teacher planner as well. So I'm super excited about that. Okay, so that is all for teaching. My weekly, my teacher planner and notes, and my monthly as well. And I would love to know what you guys use for teaching specifically. So definitely let me know. Are you having to use multiple planners as well? Or are you just kind of sticking with the teacher planner? I would love to know. So for my sticker shop, I have 3 planners, and it does go into my personal as well. So that's kind of mixed in, and we'll talk about it. But first I want to talk about my Petite one. So this, I think I showed last week in my plan with me. It's just the checklist one. I'm using this for tracking inventory of my shop. So it's pretty basic, but I love it. It's so useful for tracking, and I think it's called the habit tracker. So you can definitely use it for a lot of different reasons. So it's really working for me for inventory. And oh my gosh, this cover is so pretty, isn't it? This is from the summer surprise box, and I cannot wait to get another one for my monthly Petite. Oh, it's so pretty, and it really does kind of protect the covers just to make it last longer. And I use this one daily, so I definitely want to kind of keep it looking nice for longer. So then I have my Hobonichi, which I am loving so much. I will definitely do a review sometime soon to share more because it is pretty fantastic. I am in love with it. Let me quickly show you the size difference from the Petite to the Hobonichi. This is the Hobonichi Weeks, by the way. I don't think I mentioned that. So it is definitely small. Thickness, it's a little bit thicker. I didn't even know I said 2020 here. That is really cute. Okay. And it is smaller, but oh my gosh, it is so great. And look how small that is too, though. It fits in like my hand, palm of my hand. I just love the portability of it. I usually go around the house because obviously we're not really going anywhere, and carrying my my dailies, and then just this, and it's just so easy to carry around. It's not like another kind of big planner to have. And I'm going to use this for my shop and my social media. So let me show you the month of July, which I just finished kind of getting together. I have my schedule for designing, creating, and new releases. I have a schedule for promoting my shop and also for filming these YouTube videos. I love this layout, and it's really, I mean, I know it's really small, but it is big enough for me to write down everything that I need. And let me show you the weekly view as well. So here is the weekly view. You just get all the dates on one side, and then a page of where you can write some notes. So that's kind of the same for each week. So here I go more in depth of what needs to get done. So the month is just me planning what I think is going to happen that month, and then I'll go more in depth in the weekly pages and kind of adjust if things didn't go exactly how I had planned them. So that's how I'm going to be using this really cute planner. And again, I'll do a review soon because I do want to talk a little bit more in depth about it. And I love it, and it's so small. It's gonna fit in like the majority of my purses. I don't usually carry a large purse unless I'm going to school because then I have my teacher bag, but my purses are pretty small, and this will fit absolutely perfectly in there. So definitely be on the lookout for that review if you're interested in the Hobonichi Weeks. So the third planner for my shop is also my personal planner, and I'm thinking I will keep that in my daily pages, which you've seen in my plan with me's or in my Instagram. So this will be where I schedule my personal to-dos and where I write down when to work on my shop and kind of block off times for that. I will also continue to use these notepads, which I actually will use for my teacher planner as well as kind of like a to-do dump. But for this personal and shop planner, I'm doing this kind of, let me show you, this kind of little dashboard. So it has Monday through Sunday, and then I just go ahead on Sunday night, think about what I want to do for the week, all the meals, which sometimes change during the week, so I don't want to write that on my daily pages right away at the start of the week. I'll just write it here, and then you know, some kind of to-dos will definitely change, and so I look at that when I'm planning my days. This will be kind of the final version of that dashboard, and I really love it. I'm going to flip back to it. I really love it because it's enough room for me, and it's just so easy to input in here, and it's not like the whole weekly spread. Originally, I thought I was going to use the LifePlanner vertical to kind of do the same thing that this dashboard's doing for me, but I really don't think I need, you know, a whole entire spread of the week, because I feel like I would write the same thing here that I would write down in my finalized daily pages. I don't think that's necessary for me. I really just need a little bit of space to jot down some ideas for the week, and then I can finalize them in my daily. And it works out because I'm going to use the Life Planner for school, so I think that's going to help me there, and I don't have to buy another planner just for that. And one thing I want to mention about these daily pages is I cannot wait till it looks like the Daily Duo pages. These are the original like daily pages that EC came out with, I think last year for the binder, because these are the binder pages. And they don't have the half hour, which I'm finding I need a little bit more now just to schedule a little bit tighter. And I would just love to have, like I said, that half hour and just have these be a little bit wider as well. I think the Daily Duo starts a little bit later, which is great too, because I definitely don't wake up at 6 a.m. Though for school I do wake up that early, but right now I don't need kind of that space here. I would like to have more space throughout the day. So I can't wait for that. I don't know when it's going to be out or if it's even going to be a thing. I'm pretty sure, right? I mean, why would they have two different layouts? I don't know. So hopefully that comes out soon, because I would love to have those. And I think the Daily Duo pages also have more to-dos, which would be great for me. So again, just a different layout. I do love the daily layout. I just think I would like or prefer the Daily Duo kind of layout a little bit better. So I can't wait for that. Hopefully it's soon. We'll see. All right, so these are all of my planners for teaching, for personal, and for my shop. I never would have thought that I would have so many planners, but I feel so good about having my thoughts finally straight on how I want to use all of these. And I'm so ready to get back to teaching and continue to work on my sticker shop. So many great things to come and look forward to, and I definitely will be organized and ready to go. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope this helps you in maybe thinking about how you want to use multiple planners. If you have any questions for me or comments, please don't hesitate to leave them below. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and have a great week, everyone.